Welcome to the Emotional Freedom Technique session today. It's Thursday, middle of March, and this is an offering to you guys. Emotional Freedom Technique is a combination of Chinese medicine and psychology, and it's a very high-end therapy that's offered pretty intimately in sessions with psychologists and their clients and tapping coaches, and lots of different people practice tapping actually. And it's pretty pricey actually for a session. You're going to get it for free today. So this is a sampling for you, and it's not going to be a short session. This is going to be a very in-depth healing session for yourself. So I posted some questions earlier, and these questions help you throughout the session stay focused on a goal that you have in mind. Tapping helps you release trauma and memory from your actual physical body. So if you've noticed that when you lay in bed at night, or you're sitting at home at the end of the day, or if you're trying to sit down for meditation, that you actually aren't able to show up clear and present. And this is because the issues are in the tissues. You might be sitting down as your past self. So tapping really helps clear these things out of your system. It also helps you clear old limiting beliefs that aren't serving you anymore, but we honor them and we find out why we're holding on to them. And you are able to identify, love on, and accept emotions that you've been having that oftentimes we're trying to suppress or just resist. It can be very uncomfortable to do healing sessions. And so I'm just really happy that you guys are showing up for yourselves in this way. Thank you so much for answering the questions if you already have. And if you haven't, I'm just going to quickly go through the 14 questions that should get you primed and ready to begin your tapping session. Don't worry, while we're tapping, we will cover, I don't know if this is going to help me. How can this actually help me get over my stuff? And we're going to actually let you feel any and everything that you want to feel. It's not woo-woo. This is science-backed, and you're going to be doing a lot of fill in the blanks. So I just also want to say that anything that you say or anything that I say, and have it's quite repeat after me style, anything that we say together, you can't drive in trauma anymore. All you can do is bring light to it and release it. So if something that I say doesn't line up with how you feel, just make up your own word for it. So please feel free to make mistakes during this process too. So we're gonna cover the 14 questions, and after I'm done asking these, you'll probably be really ready to get started. You might be so confronted or feel that you don't have enough time, you might jump off. Try to answer these questions at some point, come on back and do this when you do have time. So the first question is, what's the issue? So just say out loud. I'll do it with you right now. Write down. Say out loud a few different issues that you have going on in your life. List them off. We know what they are. They're the things that are annoying you, the things that are bugging you, the deep-seated stuff, the issue with that person, that thing, that stressor, that emotion, that repeating thought that you don't really share with anyone. Tune into that. Write down or identify the issue. Now, the second question is, what are the negative feelings associated with it? Just feel that right now. Sometimes you might think, well, I really think that it's not that healthy for me, or this is just really annoying. Okay, so the feeling would be annoyance or fear, or there's a lot of different feelings words. Make sure that what feeling you're associating with the issue is an actual feeling word and not a thought pattern. So I'll give you a little bit more time to just feel that. What is that feeling that you've been resisting? What's that feeling you've been coming up against? Awesome. So the third question is, what is the self-talk around this? Oh, I should be whatever, or it shouldn't be this way, or my whole life is like this. This is just, right? So these are the self-talk It's self-talk doesn't occur as self-talk. Oftentimes self-talk occurs as this is just how it is. So what is thoughts around the issue and the feelings associated with the issue? Okay, now we'll just give that a little bit of space here. So we're gonna come back to this during the actual tap, but it's good to just identify the thoughts associated with the issue. Got it? Already you guys are doing good work. So the culture, what does the culture say about this? Your friend, your husband, the news. What is your culture? What is your church saying that you should do about this? So if it's like road rage, for example, that you're working on today, or in Washington, we're being asked to practice not being around people. They're saying practice social separation, and there's actually like rules in place to not meeting with groups of people. So for some of us who go to meetings on a regular basis, it's not good for our mental health to be so isolated. And this is another reason why I'm coming here today. So what would your culture say to do to fix this problem of how you're feeling? What would your culture say? Would they say, oh, just take a bath, or, oh, you should go buy a bunch of wine at Costco? Like, what does your culture say that you should do? And the reason why we're bringing this up is that we want to be really real about what you think about it, what others think about it. Okay? We're just honoring all of that right now. So what's your issue? What are the feelings? What are the thoughts? What is your culture saying about it? So the fifth thing that we're going to ask is, when did this begin? So just really quick, think about the issue that you're dealing with right now, and when did it really begin? It could have been just this week. It could have been 4 months ago when you started that job. It could have been going on for a decade. Get clear about that. How long has this been going on? Awesome, guys. Okay, so this question is really interesting. So I'm asking you where it is you feel it in your body. So let it hit you. Right now, just let it pang in your body. Where is it in your body? This is really good work that you guys are doing. It's not easy to just sit and look at your stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna take that comment back. It's a practice to sit and look at your stuff. All right, where in your body does it hit you? Is it in your heart? Is it in your stomach? It could be kind of in your aura or your forehead. So just feel that. Just identify that space. Now, this is an interesting question. The signature, the soup of emotions, the soup of thoughts and beliefs and feelings that you have, that feeling in your body, that has a unique signature. When is your earliest memory that you remember feeling this way? Just think back. Whatever comes up right now is perfect. Whatever comes up is perfect material for you to work with. It's coming up for a reason. Pick that. It might surprise you. It might not surprise you. So you're picking something in your history that kind of reminds you of the way that you feel right now. And we're going to be tapping on that. It's going to be extremely powerful, guys. This is a really powerful session. Tune into who you are blaming for the situation. It could be yourself. It could be an entire institution. It could be certain groups of people. It could be someone in particular. It could be a family member. That's really common. Just think about who you might be holding blame for this. As we're bringing all this stuff, it should feel uncomfortable. Actually, this is the part where it's going to be feeling uncomfortable. It's going to be feeling triggering, and you're going to be really ready to get tapping, okay? Now, who in your family modeled the same behavior that you're experiencing right now? So if you're feeling stressed out or paranoid or scared or angry or uncomfortable or isolated or not seen, it could be anything that you're feeling. Just pick an emotion. Who in your family modeled this? Was it someone like your aunt totally did the same thing? Or, your dad did the same thing? Just picking that person is a really wonderful thing for our subconscious to sort of latch onto at this time, just to as we're clearing it out of our system, just to keep in mind who in our family modeled the same behavior. And the question number 10 is, what are the limiting decisions or beliefs that you have based on this issue? And these, again, guys, don't occur as limiting decisions or beliefs. It just feels like this is just what is. This is actually what is. So it doesn't feel like it's a limiting thing. It just feels like the stressor, the issue. But what is the actual limiting thought? This is a really juicy question here about your issue that you're going to be working with. Okay, so in Washington, again, we have schools that just closed down for 1 month. We're being asked to not travel. We're being asked to not meet with people. Say you're going through a breakup. Say you're struggling with addiction. Say you're struggling with family members that are fighting. There's a lot of things that people are dealing with right now. So just pick something that's the most triggering thing for you at this moment. I want you to think about your issue right now, your emotional issue and your trigger. And this question is really powerful. What is the benefit of keeping it? Because we're not just going to try to like tap our way out of it. We're going to really identify what is the purpose of you feeling this. So for example, if you're feeling scared or constricted or stressed about something that you're watching in the news, for example, a benefit of that stress could be that it's keeping you on your toes. It's keeping you researching. It's keeping you diligent. It could be that it's helping you protect yourself. It's a separating emotion. What is the purpose of heartbreak? What's the benefit? What's the benefit of keeping this issue? Okay, the benefit of keeping heartbreak, for example, would be to tune into your emotional side, to take care of yourself. Some people only jump into massive self-care and health practices when there's an issue. So there's benefits of keeping these things, and I'm going to give you guys a hint now. We're getting really close to starting our tap. In fact, I'm going to have you guys start to massage right underneath the collarbone. This is the emotional well of the body. So we're just really going to get ready to start tapping, and tapping is going to be along meridian points, and it's going to help just move things through, and we're going to do different rounds of tapping. But I want you to just know that as we're releasing this old thought pattern, this old belief, this issue that you're holding on to that's not serving you anymore, we're going to recognize that it did serve you at some point. It did keep you alive, maybe even at some point. Maybe when you were a child, this pattern kept you alive. So we are not going to release it without massive reverence for it. We're going to have reverence for our whole process. So good, you guys have identified the belief, the purpose of holding on to this limiting belief, the benefit for you. And I want you to actually now tune in. Scale of 1 to 10, how uncomfortable is it? The feeling, okay? So the feeling is isolation or anger or annoyance or gaslighting or not being seen. If it's like a 6, then start digging around for another emotion that feels more like an 8, a 9, or a 10. Try to find that one that's like, oh, that's an 11. Just feel that. Find the emotion word, and then we'll get started tapping here soon. Awesome work, guys. So number 13, we're just massaging under the collarbones because this is the emotional well of the body. It's where also all of the lymphatic drains, and we're just opening our physical bodies up to begin. Last 2 questions here. If you did not have this issue, if you didn't have this issue, how would you be feeling and what would you be thinking instead? Dream with me here for a second. If you didn't have this issue, how would you be feeling instead? If you didn't have this issue, what would you be thinking instead? And I'm glad you guys are starting to think it. If you are going to do the tap with us here, it's going to be about an hour tap. I'm going to plug my computer in so I have more power. I want you to get into a room where it's safe and comfortable and contained, so you can actually be speaking things out loud. The power is in speaking it, okay? So right now you're just identifying, if you did not have this issue, this annoyance, this trigger, if you didn't have this feeling, in your body, in your mind. What would you be thinking and feeling instead? Awesome. What new belief would you like to install? I want you to really think about that. So if you were a computer and we could just upload a new belief system or a new feeling into your body and your mind, what would that be? Awesome. Keep going. I want you to generate, this is like our end game, okay? So I want you to generate right now, what is the feeling you would like to install during this healing session? What is it? Get really specific. I'm gonna plug my computer in. Let's see, unplug this. All right, so we're really gonna get into it, guys. I hope you're ready to feel some feelings that you've been trying to avoid for a long time. Maybe it's acute, maybe it's chronic. We're gonna begin tapping on the center of the chest. I've been feeling really, and then just say how you've been feeling. Awesome. I've been struggling with, and then say the issue. So just repeating after me. I've been struggling with, and then say what you've been struggling with. I've been struggling with, and it's been really uncomfortable. Awesome. So I'm gonna cover a few of the points for you guys just so it's not totally random and out of the blue for you. We're gonna be tapping on the chest. We'll be tapping on the chest like this. We'll be tapping on the front of the ribs, the sides of the ribs, the sides of the face, the forehead, the cheeks, under the nose, under the mouth. We're going to be tapping on the side of the hand, the thumb, the finger, the middle finger, the other side of the ring finger, the inside of the pinky. And we're going to be doing that on multiple hands, and we call these rounds. We're just going to be going through the rounds, and this is going to be clearing out things out of our bodies as we're dealing with our subconscious and our conscious mind and combining them. So ready, guys? We're going to get into it. All right, tapping on the chest. Even though I've been feeling really, you repeat after me, I'm still worthy of love and respect. Awesome. Tapping on the chest. Even though I've been dealing with, and just say what it is you've been dealing with. It's possible I'm still worthy of love. Repeating after me. I've been feeling really, and just say how you've been feeling. It's possible that I'm worthy of peace and serenity, even though I've been feeling this way. Awesome. We're going to take our first big deep breath and let it go. Okay, I'm going to tap on the front of the ribs. Even though I feel, and then just say how you've been feeling. Repeating again, even though I feel, say how you've been feeling. I deeply love and accept myself, just as I am. Awesome. Tapping on the sides of the ribs. This issue about, and just say what the issue is about. Just speak it out a little bit. Talk around it. This issue about, it makes me think, just say what it makes you think. I'm going to fill in the blanks here so you guys can experience that, but I really want you to say your own words. This issue about all the schools closing for a month makes me think that the world is ending. This issue about not being able to leave my home or meet with my friends makes me think that I need to do something right now about it. So I'm going to say it again and you can just fill in the blanks. This issue about starting to make me think that, just Say what you're thinking about it. And it's possible that I can accept how I feel right now. Because I've been feeling really, and just say how you've been feeling. Awesome. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. And I'm worthy of love through this process. You're going to go ahead and tap the inside of the wrist. This issue, it reminds me of, and I want you to remember the first time, that the earliest memory you've ever had feeling this way. This issue reminds me of, go back now to when you first experienced something like this. We're going to be moving through a lot of stuff here, so just stay with it. These emotions that I'm feeling right now, you're repeating after me. They remind me of the time when, and just say a time when they remind you of. Repeating after me, and it's pretty uncomfortable. Tapping on the thumb. And it's understandable that I feel this way. Repeating after me, it's totally understandable that I feel this way. You should have seen what happened. Tapping on the finger, you should have seen what happened. And I want you to just speak it now, like what happened, what's happening. Talk around the issue, speak it out, speak it out. Just like you're sitting at coffee with a friend and you're like, okay, girl, this is what's going on, and just speak it. Speak about that anxious feeling that you have, the depressive feeling, the heartbreak, the feeling lost, the scared feelings. Awesome. Tell me what happened. I want you to just speak it now. Just say what happened. Tapping on the middle finger. I know this can be a little bit sensitive, so speak it. If softly, under your breath, is fine. This, repeating after me, this issue about, just say what the issue is. It reminds me of, and it's been making me feel, just say how it's been making you feel. Awesome. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. It all started when, and I want you to just say when it started. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger. It all started when, just say when it began. It all started when, identify when that happened, and I was, and just say what you were doing when that happened. Speak it out. I was in the middle of planning a tour, and I was just got a grant for school, preparing my classes, cleaning my house. All of a sudden, this thing happened. Okay, tapping on the inside of the pinky. Just replay it in your mind. This is a really powerful part of the tapping session. This is one of 2 times that we're going to really lean into the pain. So if you're uncomfortable, if you're wanting to like tune out, then just come back to this tap, okay? We're going to tap on the sides of the head. Replay it in your mind. What were you doing when this upset began? Speak it out. Awesome. Tapping on the front of the face. And then what happened? Who was involved? What did they say? And how did it make you feel? Tapping underneath the nose. And I want you to just tell me who was there, who was involved, what was said. Say it again. And how did it make you feel? Yeah. Really good work feeling that. Just feeling that moment when the issue happened. Feeling that moment right when the juicy upset and the sort of break in your spiritual peace happened. Just feeling that moment. How did it make you feel when that happened? Good. Big deep breath in, let it go. Tapping on the chest. Think about what others were doing in that moment. around you. And think and feel into where in your body you felt it. When the break happened, when that spiritual break happened, where in your body did it hit you? Feel that. You guys are doing really good work. This is a really beautiful part of the tap, so really stay with this, okay? Tapping on the front of your ribs. I want you just to really feel and repeat after me now. Even though this issue feels like, just say what it feels like. I deeply love and accept myself. Repeating after me. It's possible that I can find acceptance in this situation. I don't know how tapping is going to help me right now. Tapping on the sides of the ribs. This was a real hit for me. This was really hard to go through. I didn't realize I've been struggling with this so bad. It's possible that I can love myself through this. And I don't know how tapping on the sides of my ribs is going to do anything. It might be fun to look at this and clear this. Tapping on the sides of the head. Maybe I want to hold on to this a little longer because this is too painful. Tapping on the front of the face. Part of me is really ready to let this go, but I don't know how. I've been really struggling with this. Awesome, guys. Big deep breath in, let it go. Tapping under the nose. This has been really stressing me out, and I want you to just think about this situation that's been stressing you out and the feelings associated with it. People involved. Tapping under the mouth. I've tried to let this go on my own, but I've had a hard time letting it go. I've had a really hard time letting this go. Good. I don't know how tapping my face is going to help anything. Tapping on the chest. Even though I've been feeling really, just say how you've been feeling. It's possible that I'm still worthy of love through this whole thing. Tapping on the center of the chest. I want you to actually tune in right now to your body and how it feels now that we're really in it, tuning into the texture, where it is in your body. Okay, first just feel that. Is it in your lower back? Is it in your heart? Is it in your eyes? I feel it in my, just say where it is you feel the stress, the upset, the isolation. Good. And I want you to put a color and a texture to it. So what's the texture? Tapping on the front of the ribs. What's the texture of it in your body? This is really forward-thinking psychology, guys. This is what the studies are showing is happening with mental health, with emotional health. Give it a shot. What is the color of the upset? Just make it up. It's probably not like a pearly, sparkly something. It's probably like a dark. What is the texture of it? Is it murky? Is it spiky? Is it dense? Is it like sandpaper? Awesome. We're moving right through this. All of this, and just say what the feeling is, all of this separation. I feel it in my, just say where did you feel it? And it's really uncomfortable. And it's possible that I can get rid of this by giving it some love. Awesome. Tapping on the front of the forehead. It's possible that I can release this by giving it some attention. Tapping on the sides of the head. I can see how leaning into this and feeling it is loosening it up a little bit. Awesome work, you guys. So I want you to go back to that moment now. That moment of the break, that break in your peace when the serenity left you. And at this moment, I want you to close your eyes and just picture yourself there experiencing it. Whether it's the most recent acute moment or it's a moment from your past that this reminds you of. So as your higher self who's sitting here doing this tap right now, so you are your higher self in this present moment. I want you to now, as your higher self right now, picture yourself in that struggle, like you're standing in the room with yourself. And I want you to actually approach yourself right now, the one who's in the struggle. I want you to approach yourself in this moment, tapping underneath the nose. And I want you to really just look at that. Look at that person and tune into what it is they really just needed. Repeating after me. All I needed in that moment was to say what it is you needed. Could be something like you needed someone to patiently explain something to you. You might have just needed a few minutes. You might have needed a hug. You might have needed to be taken out of a really dangerous situation. You might have needed some understanding or someone else who was there to validate you. Repeating after me now. What I really needed in that moment was, and I did not get it. Tapping on the chest. I really wanted someone to give it to me. And I want you to identify who it was. Was it yourself? Was it God? Was it a person? An institution? You wanted the news channel to report something different. What I really needed in that moment was just say what it is you needed. And I didn't get it. It's possible that I can forgive that person for not giving it to me. It's possible that they were doing their best. Tapping on the chest. It's possible that that person was shown that that's how you do it. I'm starting to see that everyone was doing their best. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Tapping on the front of the ribs. I might feel better if I could forgive that situation and accept it deeper. Repeating after me. It's possible that there's a deeper level of acceptance for that situation. It's possible I will have a rush of energy when I can let go of some of the things I've been holding on to around this. I might feel more like myself. I can forgive the person even if just to get my energy back. Tapping on the sides of the ribs. Repeating after me. I can forgive the person or the situation. It doesn't mean that I agree with what happened. Tapping on the inside of the other wrist. I'm going to forgive and let go of that upset. It doesn't mean that I understand why it happened, but I just want my peace back. I want you guys to actually go back to that moment of upset, and I want you now to do this for yourself. This is a gift. You guys are going to be giving yourself the hugest gift right now and receiving that same gift. Okay, tapping on the thumb. Picturing what it is you really needed. I really needed, just say what you needed. And I'm going to give it to myself now. Tapping on the pointer finger. It's possible I can give this to myself now. It's possible I've been worthy of getting this whole time. Okay, so I want you to tap on the middle finger, close your eyes. I want you to approach yourself. I want you to look into your own eyes. And I want you to deliver the message. All I needed to hear was, say what it is you just needed to hear. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger. All I really needed to hear in that moment was, and just say what it is you needed to hear. Good. Big deep breath in, let it go. What I really needed to hear was, and I've been worthy of it this whole time. Tapping on the inside of the pinky, and I want you now to give yourself that which you needed. Deliver the message to yourself. Do it now. Receive that message. Good. Tapping on the other side of the other hand. Giving yourself that message again, powerfully, just dropping in with yourself. What did you need? What did you need to hear? Deliver the message to yourself, receiving that message from your higher self right now. Feeling it fill up that space in your body where you were feeling it earlier. Tapping on the side of the thumb. Pick a color now, a healing color for yourself. It's like a light blue, or it's a cream or a white or a gold. And I want you to run that color through your body right now as the message is coming through. Tapping on the pointer finger. What I really needed to hear was, and I'm giving that to myself now. It's possible that healing this could feel really good. It's possible that I can get a lot of my energy back. I want you to just repeat after me. Even though I started to believe, you guys have been doing really good work. So just speak out what it is that you had a belief that you had about this. Even though I started to believe, just say what it is you started to believe about the world, about yourself, about the way things are. Tapping on the middle finger. Repeating after me. Even though I started to believe, it's possible that I'm worthy of, and say what it is that you're worthy of. Say what it is that you are receiving right now from your higher self. Repeating after me. It's possible I've been worthy of this entire time. Even though I've been really struggling in this area. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger. Even though I started to believe, the truth is, just say what the truth is. Good. Big deep breath in. Let it go with a sigh. I deeply love and accept myself just the way I am, even though I struggled with this. I'm starting to feel that it feels good to feel my emotions. I can see why I was holding on to this. I want you to really do some work right now. I can see why I was holding on to. Say what it is you've been holding on to. This is the second time in the tap. We're going to lean into a little bit of uncomfortable emotions, and then we're going to release it, okay? So tapping on the inside of the pinky. I can see why I've been holding on to, and say what it is you've been holding on to. It's possible that I thought it was helping me. Tapping on the chest. Part of me wants to hold on to this and say what it is you want to hold on to. Repeating after me. Part of me wants to hold on to because I think it's protecting me by. Get creative. Do some work. Work it out. I think this is protecting me by. Just speak why you think it might be protecting you. I've been holding on to all this, and just say what it is you've been holding on to. And I think it's protecting me by. Throw a couple ideas around. Protecting me because it's keeping me on my toes. It's keeping me diligent. I've had to practice more self-care. I've helped me separate from that person. It helped me identify the issue. I've been holding on to this because I think it's protecting me. And I give myself permission to hold on to it forever. Awesome. Tapping on the center of the chest. I give myself permission to hold on to this a little longer. I want you now to picture yourself next week with the same level of serenity and peace that you have now, the same lack of serenity and peace, the same level of stress or anger, road rage, fear, isolation. Tapping on the front of the ribs. I give myself full permission to hold on to this as long as I need to. Good. Big deep breath in. You guys picture yourself 5 years from now, guys. Same issue, same intensity. Repeating after me. I give myself permission to hold on to this for the next 5 years. Tapping on the sides of the ribs. I want you to picture yourself 15 years from now. New person, new situation, same response, same upset, same level of scarcity or fear or rage. Repeating after me. I give myself permission to hold on to, say what it is you are giving yourself permission to hold on to. And I give myself permission to hold on to the blame towards, who are you blaming? Tapping on the sides of the head. I'm going to hold on to the blame towards, is it yourself? Is it a person? Is it an institution, a political party? I'm going to hold on to this for the rest of my life. We're going to pendulum back and forth here, okay? So stay with the work. I'm going to let go of this right now. I'm going to hold on to this for a while. You feel that? You're running back and forth between these things. I give myself permission to hold on to this. But I think I might feel better if I let this go. Repeat after me. I give myself permission to let go of, and just say what it is you're giving yourself permission to let go of. I am giving myself permission to let go of so I can get my life back. Amazing, guys. Amazing. I'm tap on the inside of the wrist. I'm letting go of just so I can get some energy back in my body. Repeating after me. This doesn't mean that I agree with what happened. This doesn't mean I have all the answers. But I'm letting this go because it just feels better. Good. It's possible that this really wasn't protecting me as much as I thought it was. Awesome. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. Guys, I want you to really do the rest of this work. We're almost finished and you deserve it and you're totally worthy of receiving this deep healing that you're calling into your life today. So I give myself full permission to receive the healing in this session today. Tapping on the other side of the ring finger. I can see that I've been worthy of this feeling this whole time. I forgive myself for believing, and then just say what it is you forgive yourself for believing or thinking or feeling. Repeating after me. I forgive myself for believing when the truth has always been, say that truth, that message you got, that colorful light that you were running through your body, that message. It's possible that I've been worthy of, and then just say what it is you've been worthy of this whole time. Repeating after me. I forgive myself for believing. Just say what it is. I can really see that I've been trying to protect myself. And I was doing my best. And it's the truth has always been, and just say what it is that the truth is now. Awesome. Tapping on the inside of the pinky. I give myself permission to let go of the blame that I've been holding on to. I can see how I'm going to get my life back. Tapping on the other hand. It's fun to heal myself. I can see that these emotions coming up just wanted some attention. And I'm going to give this to myself now. I can do this. I can do this now. Awesome. Big deep breath in, let it go with a sigh. I'm worthy of all of this love and respect that I'm giving myself right now. And I've been worthy of it all along. Good. Tapping on the pointer finger, I want you guys to picture your life without this issue. Imagine how you would be showing up instead. We're here at the end of the session, so how are you showing up? How are others showing up? What does your life look like without this issue? This emotion, this thought, belief pattern that you've been holding on to. What does your life look like without it? Good. Tapping the middle finger. Picture that. Keep going. Paint the picture for yourself in your mind right now. You don't have this issue anymore. How are you showing up in situations? Awesome. How are others showing up around you? What's possible now? Tapping on the other side of the finger. I want you to just repeat after me. Now that I'm letting go of this issue, what's possible is, say what's possible for your life now. Awesome. Repeating after me. Now that I'm letting go of this issue, it's possible that, and I've been worthy of that this whole time. Tapping on the pinky. I've been worthy of this whole time. Good. So we're coming to the end of the session. You guys have been rocking it. You've been really processing the upset you've had, the annoyance you've had. I want you to actually tap all over your whole entire body. I want you to say 5 things that you love about yourself. If that feels really weird to you, then say 10. If you don't want to say 5 or 10 things that you love about yourself, then say a couple takeaways from this tapping session. Okay? I am self-sufficient. I love how I prepare meals for myself. Come on, keep going, guys. Couple more. Speak it out. Speak it out loud. Tap your whole body. Send the message to your cells. This is like the juicy reward here. I love that I know how to make fires in the fireplace. I love that I care about people deeply. 2 more. 2 more. Say what you love about yourself or what the takeaway was from the session. Oh my God, you guys did such good work today. Thank you so much for trusting me enough to join for the session here today and for loving yourself enough to feel the uncomfortable stuff, identify why you've been feeling that way, where it was rooted, where it was modeled, what are some of the beliefs and thoughts that you thought were protecting you that you're able to let go of. You're able to give yourself and deliver yourself your needs. You identified your needs and you gave yourself that which you needed. You guys did such amazing work speaking into existence this new possibility for your life and what you can do now that you are not afraid to feel your emotions and feel what's up. So thank you again for joining me for this tapping session. It's a gift to you. I hope to see you again on these lives soon. This has been really fun. Thank you, Paul, Laura, Julia, Diana, Justin, Chandra, Haley, Josh, Karen, Jerry, Tina, Adriana, Susan, Skip, Matthew, Jesse, Peggy, Forrest. Thank you guys so much for showing up for yourselves today. Anyone who watches the live recording, feel free to type through and tell me what you got. So I'm going to write a comment here. Please comment, and tell me what it is that you got that was possible for your life. What's possible? What have you been worthy of this whole time? I have been worthy of this whole time. Please comment, say what it is you got that you are worthy of, that you are accepting. You know, share a bit more about your struggle, share what you've been letting go of and how you thought that it was helping you. If you'd like, and that would help others. So know that if you're commenting that it will totally help other people. So type below. I really appreciate everyone's comments. Thank you, Andrea, for the hearts. Thank you, Susan, for the prayer hands. And we'll jump on again soon. Good work, everyone. Bye.